Hey everyone, is buying silver a good investment? That's the topic, so let's get right into it. My first question would be, if you're going to be considering buying silver, I want to know, what is your objective? Why are you buying silver? Are you buying it as a hedge against the American dollar, a failure of the American dollar? Are you buying it as a preservation of capital? Are you buying it for cash flow? Are you buying it for preservation? The reason I want to know all of this is because my answer is going to be different for all of these reasons. If you're looking for cash flow, unfortunately, silver is not going to be the investment for you. However, if you're looking at some of these other reasons, silver could possibly be a good option. So let's discuss this a little bit further. All right, first of all, I just have to say, I'm not giving you financial advice, investing advice, anything like that. I'm simply just sharing some information about investing in silver and if it should be the right idea for you. So here's the deal with silver. It's relatively inexpensive compared to gold. Gold is very expensive, right? Like other precious metals, even palladium and platinum, gold, all of these are very expensive. Whereas silver, you can get an ounce of silver for, I don't know, anywhere 30, 35 bucks, something like that. You can get like an American silver eagle coin, right? So it's really not that expensive relative to other metals that are collectibles and precious metals. So let's talk about investing in silver. If you're investing in silver, the best thing to do would be, if you are looking to hedge the American dollar or as a way to preserve some capital, let's just say you have an extra $500 or $1,000 laying around and you think, I don't really need this cash. I just want to do something. I want to buy something that has intrinsic value, something that is tangible, that will continue to hold its value. Then silver could be a great option. You know, if you have like $1,000, I mean, you could get like a half an ounce of silver, of gold, right? Or maybe like a little bit of platinum or palladium, but it's not going to get you much. Or with $1,000, you could get, quite a few ounces of silver, maybe 25 ounces or so of silver. But silver's one great way that you can preserve capital. Now, the thing with silver too is it's a great hedge against the dollar, which will ultimately fail. I have other videos about that. The dollar will absolutely fail. It will no longer be in existence in not that long from now. They're going to print it into oblivion, which is I've talked about in some of my other videos. So with that being said, would it be better to hold dollars, like paper dollars, or would it be better to hold a little bit of silver? Well, in my opinion, it'd be much better, if you're going to hold one of the two, it'd be much better to hold some silver. The nice thing with silver is that not only will it be a store of value and it will preserve your capital, but it will also appreciate somewhat over time. Silver is a consumable metal. It's used in a lot of different things. So it's being consumed, unlike with gold, it's being consumed. Yes, it's being used for jewelry, but it's also being recovered. A lot of times you don't just use gold and then just throw it away. Whereas with silver, it's being used in a lot of electronics, in car manufacturing, in cell phones, in TVs, in computers, in all kinds of things. Silver's being used. And at the end, it's not being captured, right? It's not being recovered after being used. So it's a consumable that's ultimately being depleted over time versus something like gold. So overall, yeah, absolutely. I do like silver. I buy some silver myself. I have some. I don't use it as a way to invest in like, oh my gosh, I'm going to invest in a bunch of silver. But I more buy it just because I like to have a little bit of silver around. It's kind of fun just to have some silver that you can just kind of touch and play with and feel and see, right? It's just kind of a nice thing to know like, hey, this thing right here, this coin is replacing the dollar, and ultimately, even after the dollar completely fails, I'll still have a little bit of silver that will still be worth something. And ultimately, throughout time, silver will continue to appreciate in value. Now, what is it going to go up to? Who knows? Nobody really knows. But what we do know is that it will continue to appreciate in price, especially as of late, as more people continue to buy silver and we continue to consume even more of the silver that we do have. So if you want a way to preserve some of your wealth and get a little bit of a price appreciation over time, provided you plan on selling the silver someday, and if you just want to hedge against the American dollar, which will ultimately fail, then yeah, silver could be a great way to get into some precious metals and buy a little bit of something that you can just kind of store away and always know that it's there for you. It's always got your back. It's always going to have some value. And at some point in the future, you can always find a buyer for seller. You can always find a buyer for silver. Sorry about that. But yeah. You can always find a buyer at some point. If you ever wanted to sell it, it would not be hard one bit to find a buyer of that silver. So yeah, ultimately, I do like silver a lot. I don't personally buy gold. I would rather have the volume of silver versus like one gold coin, right? So anyway, yeah, it's cool. Silver's a great thing, and you're never going to regret buying it, provided you have the excess capital. You can hold on to it for a while. You can sit on it, and it doesn't like break the bank. If you need to sit on, $500 or $1,000 worth of silver for 5-10 years, it's going to ultimately be a good thing. So hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.